Hi, next to the museum that we worked on last week. Next to the museum that we worked on last week. If we go over here, you can see I finally got the fencing together. I got the graves in like I wanted. And this area is finished. So we're going to come right over here, right next to it, and go up on this hill next to it, and we'll work up here. So putting toe down for the path to get from the museum over into here. There's got to be a better way to put paths down. I'm really looking forward to them fixing. There just has the next game. There just has to be a faster way. It's rather slow and tedious right now, and it seems like there's got to be a better way, maybe similar to how we do it in Happy Home Academy or something like that. But we're putting down this little pad here of stone, and we're going to build just a small ruins up here. And the kind of feeling that I would like to get in this area. Just that it's old and starting to decay and just been here a while. Right here, I wanted to get this turned around. I thought it would look better the other way, although in the end, I don't actually think it made any difference. I'm going to push this right here and then go over here to the other side and put the other one in on the other side. Make sure it's at the back. And this is the Azamo gazebo that I put in here, and I like it because of but I don't know, I want to see top, but I don't know, I wasn't sure of it. I may end up changing it later, but it stays this way for now. Pillar, but the decayed pillars with all the moss, and they're just perfect for the kind of feel, this old relic kind of feel that I want to get for this whole area. Can't say, in my mind, I'm kind of want to go for a little bit of a Indiana Jones kind of feel in this swamp, which is why I made the outfit you see I'm wearing. I made the leather jacket to go with it, and a little female Indiana Jones. And if I don't redo them over and over, and if I don't redo them over and over, and if I don't redo them over and over, and if I don't mess them up, I accidentally kick them off. Decorating. But once we get this little bit of path in, we can start decorating. But once we get this little bit of path in, we can start decorating right here around this gazebo area. I first thought I would put the stairs so approach, because you couldn't push it back because the stairs, so blocking the actual encroaching and blocking the actual encroaching and blocking the actual gazebo area. And I thought I wanted to put some kind of a tree here, and that ledge was just too small for me to be able to do it. So I decided what to do about that was to just build it out. It didn't need to be that far in. And now I can put the trees in I wanted. It's just a small stunted tree. Here I wanted to put a bamboo in here, but first I was thinking I couldn't do it because of the water, so I put the water back in, and then I realized I could actually move this back one spot. So I decided to move it back the one spot, put the nursery, and then put the young bamboo right in front of it. And I changed this so that the code would look a little better right next to the stunted tree. And it looked good. You can't see the stunted tree, the tree to stunt it. So I was pretty happy with how that looked. So back here I was making a small, almost a ceremonial kind of area. And so I used the ruined arch. I put in the ruined seat, just kind of block it. You don't need to get into the back. Put the line in front of it. Stayed with the mossy appearance. Right here, I'm kind of just running around like a chicken with my head cut off. I had to repair my river, put it back the way it was. And I thought this gong would just be perfect for this little ceremonial area. So I put my pillars on either side and started putting some bushes and flowers around this area. Right here I want to get in a rock and put in a coat underneath it just to give some interest on the ground. And I wanted to put this rock in, but I couldn't because with the pillar there I couldn't reach it. But then I couldn't move the rock over a little bit. So I thought before I put anything else back down, I need to make a path to get over to this little ceremonial area. Start laying this path in. And of course it never ends up staying the way I put it down the first time. I can guarantee you I will change it, because once it's in there I'm always thinking, no, you know what, this way would be better. And I kind of think everybody must be like that, or at least that's what I tell myself. So back with the and I realized the arch, and I try to put the ruined pillar in, and I realized that because I put the rock in, it won't let me put stuff. So I get the rock in, get my gong in. So I get the rock in, get my gong in, pillars and my arch and everything. Boom, got my pillars and my arch and everything. Boom, got my pillars and my arch and everything all in. So back to the bushes and flowers back here. And just a little coat just to give a little more interest on the ground underneath the rock there. Some more flowers, some more bushes. See, this is where I decided to change the code again. I wanted the code to go more underneath and I think that it looks better that way. And then of course I covered it all up with trees, so. Got some stunted bamboo, just a short little one. And this, here I'm putting some leaves on the ground. And this is what I usually do. I'm going to put, and I often will put a weed coat or leaves underneath my giant vines. That wasn't the right color giant vine. I wanted the dark one instead of the regular one. Once again, layering in my bushes and my flowers. And every once in a while, putting in a coat. And I admit, I'm a cover every spot. There's got to be something in every single square. There's a coat, or there's a flower, or a bush, or something's got to be there. Sometimes two things. So I decided this tall garden rock looked much better than the stool right there. And I was adding these puddles just because even though we're in higher ground, this is still a really damp area. And so I wanted to denote that even up here where it's a little bit higher than the swampy areas down below, it's definitely still a wet area. So there are puddles up here, and there are lots of flora and all the things that you associate with just damp climates. I picked up my storage shed that I was using and started to fill in this area because I'm running out of space right in this little hill right next to the museum. I didn't have room to have my storage shed and my workbench out. Once again, putting down some leaf coats and stuff before I put down a giant vine. I decided it was too much leaf on the ground. But here's my giant vine. And once again, it's the dark one, which I definitely prefer for this. Now that bush, not in this build, but at the beginning of the next one, I realized I forgot to round that corner of the cliff, so I took the bush back out and rounded the corner, but you won't see that right here. But I do fix that later. I just completely forgot to do it. And of course, because I wanted to pick that up, I accidentally picked my flower. But I end up just changing the flower with another one, so that I like to see how it's going to look finished. And so I don't like just the buds there. They will come back, so it's not usually a big deal. But I prefer being able to see exactly what is there. So I dig them up and move them around. I'm just filling this area right next to the ruins area, putting some cones down, putting flowers, really just filling it up. And of course it doesn't want to let me put the bush right there, so I kind of have to go the long way around to get back to the area because I couldn't get through. I chose to put that other glowing moss statue right here instead of where I had put it earlier. And I'm trying to decide, what would be the best thing to put here? here it is. Everything is done. And I'm very pleased with how it turned out. And you can see from below, it all looks just like a little ruin above on this path just past the museum. And there you go, that's everything. Thank you so much for watching, and please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much. Goodbye.